Oh, Lord Surya, Sun Lord, bring us some blessings today. Hey guys, look at this. I'm looking at my sun god pendant. This is from India. It's Lord Surya. I've shown this to some of you before. But anyways, I'm just meditating on the sun god today. It's been cloudy and cold and rainy here, and some snow and ice mix. So I'm praying to Lord Surya that we'll get some warm weather. I don't know if it's me. Maybe I'm just getting older. I don't like winter anymore. And I used to love winter. It was my favorite season. But now I can't wait for spring and summer every year. I think it's time Psychic Bob move. A lot of you have been saying out in California, Psychic Bob, come out here and live with us. Maybe I will. Anyways, I got to show you guys something. Look what I just got. Yesterday, by the way, before I get into this, let me tell you, thank you. Let me get to what's really important. Thank you to all of you for your wonderful support. As you know, I was very ill yesterday with directed energy weapons attack. And if you don't know what that is, go see yesterday's video. It's in the queue right before this. But I got to tell you, thank you so very much for all your kind thoughts, your concern, your prayers. I can feel the power, and I'm getting restored. I still have sunburns on my neck, you can see, but it's definitely healing, and it's healing quickly, and my voice is coming back. And I credit all of you with that, so thank you. Thank you for being here. Well, you know, as I said yesterday, I went out and I bought my new camera. Yay! I'm not being endorsed by Kodak, but I bought a Kodak camera. Well, today, I've been learning all about this camera. I've been reading it, and I'm going to be using it this week. But it's really cool because when you put the power button on, watch what happens. Oops, let's see. I think that's... There it is. The lens pops out. It's got a really high-def screen on it. So I'm loving this. And we're going to start doing videos with this. So I definitely will be working with this. We're going to be able to actually go out and do outdoor videos again like we did. Praying the Sun Lord hears my prayers and we get some nice weather this week. But yeah, we got some high-tech stuff. This is high definition. A lot of you guys said, we missed your high definition. Yeah, I know this webcam is not the best, but it works for now. But we got high def. I got a tripod, so I'm going to start probably doing all my videos in high def soon. So definitely keep watching, okay? But anyways, this is so cool because when you put the power off, look, it goes, it's like James Bond. I don't know. I just find it very exciting. And you know what, though? I tell you, I got tricked by the camera owner because I bought this and I started reading the instruction book. And it says, now put in the memory card. I said, what? I didn't know you bought a camera and didn't have memory. I mean, you know, all my old cameras already had memory in them. But anyways, there's this little caveat which Psychic Bob did not see and nobody at the store told me. But it says this camera does not contain a memory card. It must be purchased separately. There it is in small print. Well, Psychic Bob was so excited looking at the camera, I didn't read the small print. But I went today and I bought me an SD card and put it in. And I need your guys' advice. I bought how much, where was it here? I bought the largest one I could get, 64 gigs of memory. Is that a good amount? I don't really understand technology. They said that, you know, they had like a 4 gigabit, 16 gig, 25, 32, and then 64. I said, I better get 64. Is that a lot? Is that enough memory to do videos? I hope so. Anyways, maybe y'all can tell me in the comment box below if 64 gig is good memory for this camera. Hopefully, it seems to be working, so it's in business. Anyways, I'm so glad you're here. Well, today is Tuesday, and that means messages from the spirit world. And for those of you who are new here, this is something we do every Tuesday, or try to. Some days we miss it, but pretty much every Tuesday. I take letters from people who write into the show, and I answer their questions and do little mini psychic readings. Now, number of questions. 1, does it cost money? No, this is absolutely free. This is my community service to the YouTube community, so I don't charge for this. Now, second question, Psychic Bob, are you a full-time medium? Can we have a private reading with you? Yes, I do private readings. I charge for that. It is my full-time work. But you can call my office and get on the schedule, 703-825-3929. And if you go to my website, www.psychicbob.com, That'll be below, or robert-hickman.com. It's all the same place. You can read about my pricing for what my readings are, and you can also write to me if you need my official email, readings@robert-hickman.com. That's also, that link will be in the info box below this video. So reach out to me. Private reading, it's a full hour, you and me, one-on-one. We cover everything, past, present, future, spirit guides, messages from deceased loved one, your life themes, and I answer all your questions. So I cover a lot, and we can certainly make that happen, okay? So I look forward to getting sitting down with you. So many of you have been calling, and I want to tell you thank you. My schedule's getting filled up a few weeks in advance, but we always find some way to get you in maybe a little sooner. And be patient, because I'm getting a lot of calls, but thank you. But anyways, as I said originally, there is no charge to be on this show on Messages from the Spirit World. Now, I have to be honest, I get hundreds of letters, so I may not get to you right away. I do read all the letters, but please understand, I'm literally one person, and I can't honestly sit and write everybody personally anymore. I wish I could. I need to hire staff just to help me manage the mail. But thank you for your understanding. Keep the letters coming. And you know, I always say, and it's true, even if I don't answer your letter, first of all, don't get angry with me. Please understand the scenario. But also remember this, that listen to all the letters, even if your letter doesn't get read, because sometimes Spirit will work through somebody else's letter to give you a message. And I've seen this many times over the years. You know, I believe the Spirit leads me to pull letters that help as many people as they can. Like, for example, I might pull a letter from John in Nebraska, and John may have a situation, but Spirit knows that Sally out in California has the same situation, and Tim in Florida. And so one letter can reach 3 people. And they'll all write, like Tim and Sally were, and said, Bob, that was my exact situation, and the message is really helpful to me. And so if you say, well, can I claim that for myself? Absolutely claim it, because this isn't about me. It's not about, well, Psychic Bob says. This is about the Spirit. I'm just a channel. I'm not anything great. I'm just the channel. It's the spirit world that does all the miracles. So you listen to all the letters, because when I channel it through, it's from the higher place. It's not from me. Okay? Anyways, I'm glad you're here. So we're going to jump into our letters. But before we do that, I want everybody just to settle down. Let's be open to Spirit, because you want to be receptive to getting a message today. So just let's close our eyes and center ourselves, and let's attune to the spirit world. Okay. I hear my spirit guide. His name is Fletcher. He's back here. He says hello. All right. Our first letter today is from Sherman Freeman. Hello, Sherman. Sherman says, Dear Bob, what do you see for my health for this year? And are there any messages from family members who have passed on? Hi, Sherman. Nice to hear from you. Listen, I got to tell you, as I'm stepping into your frequency, I'd like you to have your sugar levels checked. I feel like you may have some, in your bloodline, some issues around blood sugar, possibly diabetes. I don't see you having full-blown diabetes, but I am getting some strange fluctuations there. So I'd like you just to humor me. Ask your doctor to check your blood sugar level, okay? I think that's going to be something you're going to have to monitor this year. Now, in terms of people around you, you have a lot of spirit people around you. I keep getting 2 people in particular. One is on your father's side of the family, and I think this is a grandfather on the father's side. I'm getting a male back here, and he just keeps laughing. I think this man just was like a really joyful person. He's chuckling. He said, oh, I'm still just hanging out. But I got him back here, a grandfather on the father's side. I also pick up around you on your mother's side, a great-grandmother on the mother's side. So you've got a grandfather on the father's side, great-grandmother. And I hear them both saying, we're with Sherman. We're with Sherman. So they keep saying they love you, and they're sending a lot of blessing over from the spirit world. And I heard your grandmother say, yeah, keep an eye on the sugar. I had a little bit of that, so I think it was on her side of the family. So, you know, just have that looked at. Don't panic. Just have it looked at, okay? As for the rest of you this year, physically, I think you're going to be very strong. I don't see depletion except in that one area, and that can be worked with the doctor, okay? Anyways, I hope that gives you a little help. Thanks for being here. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Violet Rays. Oh, I love that name. That's a very high energy name. Violet Rays. Violet Rays writes and says, Dear Psychic Bob, I recently had a reading at a special event. The psychic told me that my heart and solar plexus chakras had become one energy source. She also said that I had a white heart behind me coming from a Celtic white stag, and that I have 11 spirit guides around me. Any thoughts on this? Really fascinating. Well, I have to first of all tell you honestly, Violet, I usually don't comment on other psychics' work because, I think it's out of respect. I don't like to criticize or interpret. But I can tell you that as a psychic, when I step into your energy, I do feel that this psychic is accurate. And when she's talking about your chakras, your solar plexus, that's the one right here at the stomach area, and your heart merging, what that means is that on a soul level, you're integrating your emotional self with your true heart self. This means that on a soul level, you are opening to balance now in the emotional area, and that it will be easier to draw love into your life. And I think that that giant white heart that she saw around you, which I feel is part of your aura, you do have a lot of white light around you, is a sign that you are projecting out that you're ready to receive love now. Now, that stag, I think the Celtic white stag is also a symbol that you've achieved a place of purity within and that you're ready to share your light. And the Celtic stag is a guardian, so that's a masculine energy. It means you're ready to draw masculine energy, and that stag will be a guardian spirit to you. Now, it's interesting. She also said you have 11 spirit guides, and that's fascinating because we have unlimited number of guides, but it's been my experience. We have what we call an inner band of guides, which can anywhere from 3 to 4 up to 10 or 12. And then an outer band of guides, which can be 20 to 30 more. So the average person has 40 or 50 generally working with them. So I think what she was picking up was your inner band of guides, which usually run at the high end about 12. So she's seeing 11. I'll agree with that. And I think that she's seeing your inner band of guides. And what that means is that you have a lot of help. I feel that this is also a sign that you're at a place right now where you're doing a lot of growth. So you've been doing a lot of emotional growth. This is also a sign of outer world growth, like in terms of material well-being, financial well-being, happiness, goal setting. And I think it's a very good time right now for you to work on goals and be open to that, okay? This is a very positive reading, and I hope you took it as such. And she clarified. Maybe she didn't clarify. See, sometimes some psychics, and I'm not saying she did this, but the problem is they get the information, but then they don't explain it. They'll say, oh, you got these guides. Well, yeah, but what are they doing? Who are they? I hope she did explain this more to you than what you're saying here, but I'll tell you that it's actually a very positive reading, and I think you should take it as such, and you're blessed, okay? I hope that helps a little bit. Thanks for writing. All right. Our next letter is from Nicole's Spiritual Corner. That's a pretty channel name. Hold on a second, guys. I'm losing my voice here. By the way, I'm drinking water. I'm not drinking soda, so nobody get on me. People say, you should be drinking water. I always keep water. I just like these big McDonald's cups. I'm not being endorsed by McDonald's. But I drink a lot of water if I have a big cup, and I make sure I drink more. By the way, speaking of water, if you're doing psychic development, you should always have a glass of water near you, and also, if you can, a bowl of water on the table. Water helps stimulate electrical energy in the air. It has, negative ions, and it will help increase connection with the spirit world. It's an old spiritualist tradition, and I find it to be very true. Okay, Nicole's Spiritual Corner. She writes, Hi, Psychic Bob. For 3 months now, I have noticed these blue and white lights appear in the corner of my room. I think that they may be spirit guides. Is someone trying to contact me? Oh, Nicole, you're very blessed. Let me tell you, the lights that you are seeing are spirit lights. There are 3 different guides that come in those lights. Now you're going to say, how do you know, Bob? Well, let me tell you, I've been a psychic for a lot of years. And many years ago, about 20 years ago, I did a seance, and it was really interesting because I was at this lady's house. She had me come in. She was a skeptic, didn't believe in psychics, and she was very difficult that night. And all of a sudden during the seance, the spirit guides came through physically into the room. They were little lights, about the size of a dime, maybe a nickel. And they were all different colors. I saw blue ones, I saw white ones, I saw red ones, green, yellow, all the colors. And the lights, I was sitting and meditating in a trance, and the one lady in the room said, "Oh my God, what is that behind him?" And I looked, I said, "What are you talking about? I'm not doing anything." They said, "Oh my God." And everybody in the room, there's about 15, 20 people at the seance. And they were shocked, and I'm like, "What are they talking?" And when I turned around, literally behind me, little spirit lights were floating in the air. And not only did they float behind me, they actually went all the way around the room, down the table, up around the ceiling. And people tried to grab them. I told them, "Don't grab the spirit people." But interesting, when they tried to grab the spirit right, they would always elude their grasp. So this is actually a spiritualist phenomenon. It's called spirit lights. And this is not uncommon in the world of spiritualism. And I think it's wonderful that you're having that experience. These are spirit guides. One of them, there's once a blue light, is a lady that's around you who's a medium. And I keep hearing the name, it sounds like Joanna. I believe it's the name Joan or Joanna is her name. She was a psychic medium, I believe, in the 1950s. But she's in the room with you. And there are two others, and I think they're both, the other two are male. And I believe that they were also mediums. So these are signs of the spirit world that they want to work with you. I get a message that they're trying to get you to do spirit rescue work. So I think you're being called to help souls to cross over to the light. So I want you to start talking to the lady. The other two, I'm not getting the names clearly on. I have to be honest. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. But I am getting the name Joanna around the one light. It's a blue light. It's a female. Talk to her and tell her that you want to have a communication. Don't be afraid of the lights. They won't hurt you. And one of the things is, don't go grab them because it's rude. It's like if somebody can grab your arm, you'd like, whoa. Always be respectful. And I know you're a respectful person, so I'm not worried about you. But I just have to say it in case there's anybody else out there who's also listening doesn't know that. So don't grab the spirit lights. But talk to them. Just start a dialogue. Talk to Joy, and she'll eventually reveal the other names. And I think I'm not being given those because on some level they want you to have the dialogue, so they're holding back. But I'm getting the name Joanna, and that's where I want you to start, okay? But yeah, they are real. You're not crazy. These things happen. I've seen it, and it's very valid. And so I can confirm for you that you are getting visitations, and those three lights are spirit people that want to work with you, spirit guides. Okay? Hope that answers your question. Keep me posted, okay? All right. Thank you. Thanks for being here. My next letter is from Trish Jacobs. Hello, Trish. Trish writes, he says, "Hi, Bob. Thank you for sharing your psychic gifts with us." Oh, it's my honor. Honestly, I'm very honored to be here. She writes, "Years ago when my father was dying and I was extremely sad and depressed that he was in hospice, I had the experience several times of waking up and feeling a tingling that would move through my entire body. At times it became extremely intense. And during that time, I could not move, and I would just lie still and let it move through me. What was this experience?" You know, Trish, what that was a healing. You were receiving a gift of a healing from the spirit world. You know, when you were supporting your father through hospice, the spirit world knew that it was a very intense time for you and for your family. And so they give people little gifts of the spirit world power. And you were running on empty. Your depression and your fear and your concern was all coming from a place of love. But the spirit knew that even you with all your love had limited physical vitality. And sometimes when we're in a crisis, we run ourselves dry. And because you are a person of the light, The spirit world compensated you, and they gave you the gift of light. Now, maybe a little painful, a little intense, but they had to do. They went through your body to literally energize all the systems in your body. Your nervous system was improved. Your chakras were opened up. You were given physical vitality, and so that was actually a healing experience that you went through. Now, if you look back on that time, I bet you're going to, and I really want you to think about this, I think you're going to say, wow, after that, I seem to really be able to get through stuff pretty well. It's because they gave you a boost. Had they not done that, you might have had a mental breakdown or a total collapse and not been able to function. And you would have been no good to your dad, and he needed the help. So the spirit world gave you power so you could be present for him. I'm so sorry about that you had to go through all that. But you know what? Sometimes in our darkest hour, we get the greatest blessings. And I read a book today, and it was by Raven Gramassi, and he was talking about our challenges. And he said, if we do not have the dark times in our life, we cannot evolve into a butterfly. He said, if you look at a beautiful butterfly's wings, many of them have dark streaks as well as light, and the contrast creates a beauty in the butterfly, so you can see the colors and the imagery. And so I think he's really onto something, that when we go through these dark times, Spirit lets us go through the darkness in order to contrast against the light, to make us powerful and beautiful. And I think you're very powerful and you're very beautiful. So that's what was happening. It was a healing from Spirit to give you the strength to not only get through it, but to be a power and a light to your dad. I hope that answers that. Thanks for being here. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Joshua Baldomero. Hello, Josh. Long-time viewer here. Josh writes, hello, Psychic Bob. I am currently feeling lost and am dealing with emotional pain from a breakup and other things. I'm carrying a heavy load of sadness and anger. How can I heal myself fully? Will I meet someone who will be perfect for me when I am whole again? Thank you. Blessings to you, Joshua. Josh, let me tell you, first of all, I'm really sorry for your loss, your breakup. I'm sorry for the emotional pain you're going through. I know it's very real because when I step into your aura, I get a lot of dark blue light here, which really is an intense type of light. When you have dark blue in the aura, it really means that you feel weighted down, depression, sluggish energy, really hard to care about anything, really. Let me first say, first of all, this is going to get better for you. And I know it doesn't feel like that today. But I'm very thankful that you reached out to me because I think it takes a lot of courage. And it really means that you do want to get better and you want to heal. And so first of all, I want to say thank you for being here. I hope that you'll take my words to heart and not go down the path of desperation. It's very easy when you're in this type of pain to get desperate and despair and do radical things. Don't do anything. Stay still right now. In stillness, there's a power and a healing. I want you to let all of those emotions come up because that is what will heal you. You know, especially as a man, I'm a guy too. We men tend to just push everything down. This is the men do that. But I want you to let all that pain rise. You might start crying. You might want to break something. Don't break anything valuable. Believe me, I've done that before. I regret it. Find some cheap dollar store plates. You can break those. But I want you to find a way to release that. One of the things that's very healing in emotional pain is to walk. Get out and walk. Walk for 5-10 miles if you have to. Bring an umbrella. Make sure you're dressed warm, okay? But walking grounds you back to the earth. And as you walk, I want you to give the mother your pain. See, the goddess is the earth. And the mother is special for healing the heart. She takes all of our pain. People said to me one time, well, Bob, we shouldn't dump all that negativity into the earth. Our emotional self, yes, it can be negative, but that's what she's there for. The mother is meant to heal. So I want you to consider that the goddess, and I don't know if you believe in the goddess, but I want you to at least consider for the next few weeks that there's a goddess. And the earth mother is your goddess. She's your mother. You come from her. And so you can give her all your pain. And if you walk, and as you walk, you feel that pain draining down to your feet and going into the earth, this will begin to heal you. It may be worth your time also, if you're really having a struggle, to talk to somebody like a therapist or a doctor. I'm not a personal believer, and I'm not medically qualified to give medical advice. I don't believe in long-term use of antidepressants. I don't really feel it deals with the issue. In some cases, maybe it is, but I think there are other ways to come back to balance without a lot of drugs. But in your case, maybe a short-term antidepressant also may help a little bit. Now, the only reason I say this is because when you have dark blue, it really does indicate you're struggling with a real depression. So you're not just being dramatic. This is a real issue. And so you may need that for a little while. But I also think if you get out and start walking, this will release the endorphins that will also bring physical well-being, and it will give you a chance to let the earth do its healing work. See, we're so disconnected from the earth in our modern world because so many of us are living in high-rises like myself, or we live in houses that are elevated. Even if one floor house is usually at least 2 feet off the ground. So nobody really touches the earth. And then we walk around on sidewalks and we walk in high platform shoes. We never really touch the earth. So I want you to find like a pair of just really soft shoes, like, loafers, and something that's not a big, thick platform shoe, and walk on the earth. Now, where you are is probably still cold, so don't go walking barefoot, once you get sick. When it gets warmer, you can walk barefoot. But for now, walk close to the earth. Just go to a park. If you can, don't walk on sidewalks. Walk on actual grass and on ground, because that will really ground you to the earth. I also want you to go and lean against a giant tree. Put your back against a tree. Breathe out all that anger, all that tension, and let the tree support you. And then you stand or sit against a tree. Trees also will drain energy out of you. They absorb it and send it down into their roots. Visualize it going into the tree and going into the earth. It doesn't hurt the tree. Trees and earth are made to do these. But see, we've all forgotten. We've lost contact. So I want you to get back in contact with true power of healing, which is the Earth Mother. I want you to research Gaia and claim her for right now. I'm not saying forever. For now, you can make her your goddess. And ask Mother Gaia, which is the Mother Earth, to help you go through this. I do see healing for you, and I think in the next probably 2 to 3 months, you're going to see significant improvement. Now, in terms of are you going to meet somebody? Yeah. You're not. First of all, you're not meant to be alone. Some people come here and they're not meant to be married. And it's funny because when I do a reading, I'll tell them, you're not meant to have a partner. You like being on your own. And they always say, you're absolutely right, Bob. I'm not lonely. I like being on my own. And so, but you're not one of those people, Joshua. You are here to be in partnership. It's part of your journey. But you see, one of your challenges is that you're an older soul. Older souls sometimes have the challenge that they draw to themselves younger souls, but the younger souls are not ready to be in relationship. And I think in your case, what happened was that you drew to yourself somebody who was not able to be in a relationship. And I think it's not your fault, but it's just what it is. And so you will draw somebody to yourself. I feel like it will be later in the summer, probably around July or August, that you'll make a connection again. But take that slow. There's no need to rush that. And in fact, I would encourage you not to get involved with somebody right now. Let it yourself heal. And I think by the summer, July, August timeframe, you're going to make a connection. I'm not going to say anything on that because I actually know what it will be, but I don't want you to focus on that. I just want you to be focused on healing. So we'll revisit that at a later date, but know that you're moving forward, and this is not the end, okay? Let me know how you're doing. And I want everybody here to do prayers. And Josh, if you don't mind, if you don't want us to do it, just tell us. But I'm going to assume you won't mind because you reached out here. I'd like everybody to send up healing prayers for Joshua Baldomero, that he will have healing and peace. And I know, because you know, it's hard. The heartbreak is the hardest pain to go through. It feels like you're just ripping out your entire inside. So I know, I've been there. But I promise you, you're healing, and you will heal. But do what I've suggested, and let me know how you're doing, okay? Thanks for being here. You got friends here. Keep talking to all of us. We're going to help you. Blessings to you, Joshua. Thank you for being here. My prayers are with you. Oh my gosh, guys, I just looked at the time. We're going a little long today, but that's all right. I haven't been here much with you recently. Well, now we're at the part of our show where we do spirit shout-outs. Spirit shout-outs are something that I added to this program. These are not necessarily people who have written asking something, though some of them may be, but these are, sometimes I'll just get a message in the middle of the day. I'll be walking down the street and a voice will say, oh, tell so-and-so this or that. And I just keep a notepad and I write it down. So I get these messages sometimes. I don't necessarily understand them. I just channel them through, so I like to deliver them. I hope they help you. All right, my first spirit shout-out goes to the Angel Whisperer. Angel Whisperer, actually this is in response to your letter, which I didn't put in. It's a long letter, but in a nutshell, first of all, thank you for your support for my channel. I do appreciate your concerns. And to answer your question, yes, there is an effort by YouTube and a larger global order to attack and shut down psychics. So yes, your concern, your belief, your question about that, yes. And that's what's happening. They are targeting psychics, trying to remove us from society. Okay. Hope that helps. Thanks for being here. Our next spirit shout out goes to Angela Enfield. Hello, Angela. Angela, listen, I got to tell you, you do have around you some spirit guides. One of them is a Zen master. And you had a former life. It was in the 1800s in Japan. And I believe that you have a Zen master around you. He just gives me the name Sensei. He doesn't give me any. He said, she knows me as Sensei. So he wants to confirm that he has been around you. You are getting visits in spirit from a spirit guide named Sensei from Japan. It looks like Victorian era, 1850s, 1860s time frame. And I do believe that you're opening up a connection with him more fully this year. But just call him Sensei and talk to him because he's working with you. Okay? Hope that helps. Blessings to you. Thanks for being here. All right. My next spirit shout out is for Gail Collier. Hello, Gail. Listen, I got to tell you, I'm getting all of these purple clouds around you. And purple clouds means that you're opening your gifts of clairvoyance. And the clouds particularly mean in the area of dreams and dream prophecy. So I do feel you're having a very strong connection now with spirit. It's going to keep growing. Once you pay attention to the dreams, they're going to talk to you through the dreams. The clouds are prophetic vision from the dreams. So let me know what they're telling you. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for being here. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, listen, this is all the time I got today. But thank you for being here. Thank you again for all your prayers for healing. The only reason I'm here today is because of you. You made it possible. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming. What's tomorrow? Wiccan Wednesday. We may go outside and do something mystical and magical if the weather's good. I'm going to try out my new camera. So make sure to be here. You guys are best. I love you. Listen, help me out. Like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends. Hit subscribe. Be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. If you get a chance, also pop over to my website. Pick up my books. I am a published author. We got Messages from Rose, Ouija Mysteries, The Spirit Board Seances, Psychic Bob's Book of Spells, and Psychic Bob's book of Wicked Wisdom, and others. That's just a few. But I am a published author, and you can get my books and get a head start on your spiritual journey. If you want to work on your soul and your psychic gifts, pick up some of my books, okay? And if while you're over there, if you want to get a reading, give me a call, 703-825-3929. Again, the link for that will be in the box below this video if you don't remember. But go to psychicbob.com for all of that. You guys are best. Thank you for being here. Sending blessings to you. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Wicked Wednesday. And until then, may you all always blessed be.